Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being with us. So let's start singing with hymn number 21, For the Beauty of the Earth. For the beauty of the earth, for the splendor of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. Source of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. For the joy of ear and eye, for the heart and mind's delight, for the mystic harmony, linking sense to sound and sight. Source of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. For the wonder of each hour of the day and of the night, hill and vale and tree and flower, sun and moon and stars and light. Source of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. For the joy of human care, sister, brother, parent, child, for the kinship we all share, for all gentle thoughts and mild. Source of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. I've heard it said that Unitarian Universalism is all about love. So let's sing hymn number 131, Love Will Guide Us. And excuse me if I go off script a little bit, I think you'll know this melody. Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way, and the road from greed to giving, love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way, on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. Now this hymn is so short, Eric gave us an extra verse. So let's sing the first verse one more time. Peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way, on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. Thank you.
Good morning. Join me as we start our service with words from Victoria Winston of this beautiful day, and we have been given the gift of the worship tradition that draws us together to this house of hope and memory, of learning, of healing, of growing, and of serving.
Good morning, PrairieUU. And to all of us who are joining us today, come into our community. Come into our spiritual home. Come into our lives. Come and celebrate with us on this beautiful Sunday morning. Come if you want to be held in the heart of this loving community. We invite you into our home and our hearts. Come one and all, from me to you, welcome to PrairieUU. We hope that you feel welcomed and a sense of inclusion today as we engage in our virtual service format. Whether you are from Parker, Colorado, or anywhere else in the world, you are welcome here. We would especially like to welcome our siblings from the Castle Rock UU community. If you are new to PrairieUU or a longtime member, we hope that you enjoy our service today. And to make you a little bit more familiar with our community, I would like to invite you to meet two of our leadership teams. And first, I would like to introduce to you the members of our Caring Circle. Our Caring Circle is comprised of a number of members who are dedicated to helping our members in need with meal trains, sending cards, helping with transportation, and more. This also includes sending celebratory things like birthday cards and others. If you would have a need or you can offer assistance in any of these or other areas, please contact me or a member of the Caring Circle. You can contact them at caring@prairieuU.org or go to our website at prairieuU.org/caring. The second committee I would like to invite you to meet is our membership committee. Our membership committee welcomes visitors to our community, helps newer members of our community connect and get involved. So if you're visiting with us virtually, I invite you to contact a member of our membership committee, and they'll be happy to help you get engaged and to learn what we're doing, especially now during this time of being in a virtual world. If you would like to contact our membership committee, or if you have a question or comment, or you would like to volunteer and help those around us become more involved and more committed to our PrairieUU community, you can email them at membership@prairieuU.org or find more information on our website at prairieuU.org/welcome. The Caring Circle and the Membership Committee are always available to answer questions, hear your comments, also to hear your kudos, and don't hesitate to engage with us after the service or during anytime during the week. So again, on behalf of the leadership team at PrairieUU, I welcome you to our service this morning and hope you enjoy your time with us. Please let us know if you have any comments or questions as we begin our celebration.
Our beloved community is not built on a creed, but on a covenant to live together in relationship, and our chalice is a symbol that we are connected with our larger Unitarian Universalist community. Let us reflect together on the words from Katie Gelfond as we light the flame of our chalice. We light our chalice as a symbol of gratitude as we celebrate the abundance of our lives together. In this sanctuary, we harvest bushels of strength for one another and offer our crop with the hands of compassion and generosity. In the authentic and gentle manner of connections, we cultivate a simple sweetness to brighten our spirits. May we be grateful for the ways we nourish and uplift each other, for it is the sharing of this hallowed time together that sustains us.
Now let's sing hymn number 51, Lady of the Season's Laughter. It's such a beautiful melody with really beautiful words, and hopefully after singing it with me, you'll know it better. Lady of the season's laughter, in the summer's warmth be near, when the wind winter follows after. Teach our spirits not to fear. Hold us in your steady mercy, Lady of the turning year. Sister of the evening starlight, in the falling shadows stay, here among us till the far light of tomorrow's dawning ray. Hold us in your steady mercy, Lady of the turning day. Mother of the generations, in whose love all life is worth, everlasting celebrations bring our labor safe to birth. Hold us in your steady mercy, Lady of the turning earth. Goddess of all time's progression, stand with us when we engage, hands and hearts to end oppression, writing history's fairer page. Hold us in your steady mercy, Lady of the turning age.
Good morning, everybody. It's Melissa. It's time for all ages, so gather around. Today, we're going to sing a song about things that grow. Can you think of something that grows? Did you say hair? Our hair grows, doesn't it? Did you say grass? Yes, grass grows too. Today we're going to be talking at church about how our church grows, but I thought we'd sing this Raffi song about everything really grows, especially this time of the year. So I need your help for this song. You're going to act like you're growing. So you're going to get down very small and you're going to grow big and tall. And then we're going to act out the song. So it goes like this. Everything grows and grows. Babies do, animals too. Everything grows. Everything grows and grows. Sisters do, brothers too. Everything grows. Got it? Look what's here in the grass. It's my guitar. All right, so you do the everything grows part, and I'll sing the rest. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. Everything grows and grows. Babies do, animals do. Everything grows. Everything grows and grows. Sisters do, brothers do. Everything grows. A blade of grass, fingers and toes, hair on my head, a red, red rose. Everything grows, anyone knows, that's how it goes. Get ready for your part. Yes, everything grows and grows. Babies do, animals do. Everything on the farm, fish in the sea, birds in the air, leaves on the trees. Everything grows, anyone knows that's how it goes. Yes, everything grows and grows. Babies do, animals do. Everything grows. Everything grows and grows. Sisters do, brothers do. Everything grows. That's how it goes under the sun. That's how it goes under the rain. Everything grows, anyone knows. That's how it goes. Yes, everything grows and grows. Babies do, animals do. Everything grows. Everything grows and grows. Sisters do, brothers do. Everything grows. All right, thank you so much for your help today, because I know you are growing so much too, and we're going to hear more about how to grow our church even more.
Hello, everyone from sunny California. Unitarian Universalists all around the world do the good work of building the beloved community and striving to be in right relations in all facets of our lives. We do this by living in covenant. Please join me in reciting the PrairieUU covenant. We covenant to be a welcoming and loving community, offering each other fellowship, sanctuary, and a joyful spirit. We seek justice and peace in all our deeds and relationships, and we respect and honor both the individual and the collective search for sacred meaning and truth. We revere and celebrate the diversity of our earth and are guided by the spirit that connects all life as we reach out to offer our best to ourselves, our community, and our world.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Parents, this is your time to help our littles get their breathing buddies. So if you can send them off to get their breathing buddy and have them do a real quick comeback, and find a nice comfortable position to lay down. So everyone, I don't know if you know my little breathing buddy, Puppy Love. Puppy Love is Ralph Waldo Mouse's friend. And what you want to do is, if you grab your breathing buddy during this time, is get your breathing buddy and rest him on your chest. And if you're one of our littles, then lay down or sit in a chair nice and comfortable as we enter our time of meditation. For the rest of us, please settle in and join me in this time of meditation and prayer as we come together as one body to reflect and to send goodwill into the world. During this month, we focus on birth, and today we focus on planting roots and seeds. I invite you to take the next few moments of meditation and reflection in prayer, to reflect on the beauty of the world around us here in Colorado or wherever you are. As we enter spring and center on this time, we are seeing a mix of days of sunshine, snow, and rain. All of this gives way to the birth of new life. Many of you have noticed that the days are getting longer and the nights are shorter. This is all part of nature's natural rhythms of making room for the birth of new life. It allows the ground to get softer and well saturated so roots can grow deep. It allows for the sun to warm seeds as they lay just under the surface, and then to also give light to young sprouts. We are in a time of transition where we as a community need to offer each other deep roots, warm friendships, and the shine and hope of inspiration. In many traditions, it is believed that if you speak out loud your wish of goodwill, that it gives power to that wish, that prayer, and that sending of goodwill. Therefore, I offer up in this community today with a heavy heart that we send goodwill and power to members of our extended PrairieUU family, those who have been affected by the COVID-19 virus. Today, we hold in our heart Ready to Work Bridge House, who lost 2 members of their community to COVID-19 this week. Ready to Work had 4 people infected, 1 employee and 1 trainee have died. They send us love and gratitude for all the volunteers and the work and the food we have sent and given to them. Today, we send to them healing, strength, and the love that is so powerful in this community. As we look for new ways to continue to accompany them in this time of crisis, because there is no them or no us with Ready to Work. There is just we. We are one community, and we hold each other in our prayer, in our good wishes, in our good work, and in our community times that we have built together. I invite you now to take a moment to speak peace and love into the world by speaking of those you hold in your heart as we continue to engage our world with positive energy and to share the love that we have. Please either enter into the comments or in your own space in your home with your family where you are at this moment. Speak the name of anyone you would like to send goodwill to at this time. We speak of those which we carry in the heart of this community as a sign that we care for the interdependent web of the world around us. I now bind not only that has been named and made known to us, but that which has been unnamed, but held in the hearts of the individual members of this community, with the love and compassion and support and strength of this community. May the goodwill we hold in our hearts be a sign that we have come to a place to connect the words of our mouths, the music in our heart, the actions in our hands, and our very silent self as we share these next few moments of silence. May we say together, blessed be.
Every flower's reaching for the sun. Every petal opens when the day has just begun. Even in the city where they grow up through the street, every blossom needs the sunshine to make its life complete. Torn out by the roots and cast aside, and some might be arranged for a bride. The flower's just a seed when it's young. Every flower's reaching for the sun. Some are bent by fears they cannot see, and some are touched by love and set free. A flower's just a seed when it's young, and every flower's reaching, every flower's reaching, every flower's reaching for the sun. Every flower's reaching for the sun. Every flower's reaching for the sun.
Have you ever planted a garden? Every year when I was growing up, we would plant a garden. My dad would usually take the lead on it, and he would usually plant things like zucchini and carrots and potatoes, and we had great big avocado trees, and then we also would plant fun things like sunflowers, and we have sunflower seeds all over the place, and then we also had a few other kinds of trees, an apple tree, an orange tree. Pears and peaches often. But every time we planted the garden, it took a lot of work. We would take a lot of work, and you never quite knew what you were going to get. So, sometimes you would get a great harvest. Everything would come up just beautiful, and sometimes you would not really get anything. So one time, as an adult, one of the interesting things that I did was I planted both blueberries and grapes. And when I planted them, I guess I planted them too close together, and the roots kind of merged and got something completely new. And so they were really juicy kind of blueberry with a texture, real tough skin. But but had this kind of white grape kind of a taste underneath it. Really kind of cool. But when you plant a garden, you kind of just never know what you're going to get. Sometimes you plant everything and it comes up beautifully. Sometimes you plant something and you get something unexpected. Sometimes you plant everything and sprout and it comes up just wonderfully. Other times you put all the care into it. You do everything you need to do. You give all of the nurturing that you need to give it. You water and fertilize and you till the soil and you rotate your crops and you do all those things. And Mother Nature comes and gives you great, big, beautiful sunlight and just the right amount of rain, the right amount of warm weather and cold weather, and that beautiful mix that you need. And then in one quick, sudden swoop, there's a rain or a frost or a snow, and it all gets undone. And it takes a lot of hard work just to get that garden the way you wanted it. And sometimes you're disappointed and you feel like, wow, was it really worth it to do all that work? Well, of course it is. Because when you do that work, you invest yourself. You invest everything that you've got in you. And you then give it up to the goddess, and you give it up to Mother Earth, and you let her celebrate with you when it comes out right. And that's what's really important about planting a garden. When you plant a garden, it isn't about necessarily just the yield. Now, for many of us, when we talk about big gardens or farms, of course it's about the yield. But when you're planting your little garden at home, when you're planting your little garden in your community, it isn't about the yield. It's about that interaction you have with nature. It's about that interaction you have with tilling the dirt and putting your hands in the soil and making a commitment to really grow something that's beautiful. May not be perfect, may often be infested with weeds or bugs. Sometimes you may have a rabbit or a squirrel or a prairie dog come in and snatch what you've been planting. Sometimes you'll have an animal come in and think, wow, this is a nice place to live and feast and just to uproot everything you've got. Gophers and groundhogs, great for that. And we grew up with that in Southern California. I also grew up with raccoons, great big raccoons that would come in and just pull the carrots out of the ground, dig through and take the potatoes and just leave the carcasses of all of it that they ate just right there. I can imagine these raccoons coming in overnight and just having a feast, laying there fat with their bellies full, eating away at our garden. That's one of the gifts that we give, though, when we give to our garden. We not only just give to ourselves when we build to our garden, we give to each other. We give to the community around us. So those fat raccoons, though I may not have wanted to feed them, my dad may have been a little upset that they took from us, we were also giving back to the community of nature, and the community that gives to us every day. No matter what happens to our gardens, we often look at them and we work with them and we challenge ourselves to next year grow the garden a little deeper, grow the garden a little bigger, have a little better yield, try something new. Planting a garden is also like being in our community as a church. As a church, we come together to give each other nutrients, to feed each other, to take care of each other, to feed our larger community. We feed each other physically and spiritually. We nurture each other when we're suffering from a drought that comes with a loss, a death, a change in life that's unexpected and unwanted. We revel with each other when we celebrate births, new relationships, new members of our community, new jobs, new opportunities, new careers. We celebrate our memorable moments every day in our community. We work with our community to share and to grow with each other. Now, is this easy? Sometimes it's not. You know, when you plant a garden, there's lots of work to be done. You got to get your hands dirty. You got to get in there and work the soil. And in our community, in our church, that's what we do too. We get involved and we take care of, and we go out and we explore new ways to fertilize and to grow and to get deeper and deeper and to make deeper roots into our land, into our community. For some churches, being in community or being in that church is easy. You know, you can recite a creed, make a statement of belief, attend church on Sunday, make a contribution. And that's all really you need to do. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm not trying to criticize that church community. But as Unitarian Universalists, we don't get that luxury. We don't get the luxury to show up every once in a while and just be part of the community and then go home. As Unitarian Universalists, our faith tradition is one that's active and it's participating, and it requires us to get dirty. It requires us to get deep into the dirt. It requires us to build a garden that expands beyond our walls. As Unitarian Universalists and at Prairie, I see this in the strength of our community every day. We don't let our garden just sit. We engage it, we grow with it, and we transform it. At Prairie, we've developed deep roots. And as your new minister this year, wow, have I seen how deep those roots go. They are beautiful, and they are so well fed. Those deep roots have given this year lots of new growth and room for new growth and new delicate sprouts that are coming up. We are a community that needs to be taken care of, though. Those deep roots have really engaged the soil, and they've given us lots of benefits. And they've allowed us to grow in new ways and to steward this new garden and this new community with new life and new inspiration. Now, a gardener, as you know, or a farmer, doesn't just feed its community in one way. It feeds its community in lots of ways. It provides water. They provide fertilizer. They have to prune. They have to look at the garden, or in our case, as a pastor and as our leadership teams are doing, we're looking at our community and seeing what needs to happen in our new climate and our new changes. How does our soil need to be turned and changed and transformed so we can plant a new garden this year? For us as a community, we give our time, our talent, and our treasure. We also give our smiles, our tears, and our truths. We become more authentic as we live together in our community. We get deeper and stronger as we go forward. And this year, we will be planting a new garden. We don't know exactly what that garden is going to look like. We know that we have deep roots, and that we know that with those roots that we plant, we'll also be planting new seeds to bring up a new and an exciting version of PrairieUU. As many of us know, this year, for some of us, the soil has been tilled from underneath us. Some of us feel like our roots have been cut off. Some of us feel like the ground is hard and rough. For others, the ground is saturated and feels like we're never going to get out from underneath all the water in it. For some of us, the ground is just simply shaky. It doesn't feel like a space of comfort. But that's why we come together as community. We come together as community, each of us with our own version of soil. Some of us, our soil is wet and muddy. For some of us, our soil is dry. For some of us, our soil is filled with nutrients. And for others, our soil is just barely hanging on to life. As a community, we come together to bring that life together. We come together and we mix all that soil. We give it lots of nutrients, and so there's not too much of anything. We come together and to build this new garden in this new year with life that's interconnected physically, spiritually, and emotionally. We are planting a new garden this year. This year we are breaking new soil. We are moving forward with hope and inspiration. We're looking at the weather forecast and we're making plans to weather the storm ahead. We're making plans to take care of our roots, to till that soil, and to raise brand new little sprouts. This coming year, we are planning to focus our time and some of our energy on giving lots of new growth to our community. We're planning on expanding our youth and our lifespan programs by bringing on a lifespan assistant, someone who can nurture both our youth and our children and our adult volunteers who are doing the work. We are planning a new garden this year. We've committed to growing our community programs and our congregational programs. We're dedicating funds to each of our committees to assist them in outreach and growth. We're giving them opportunities to look at other alternatives in ways to operate and to move forward. We're planning a new garden this year. We're looking at some reorganization of our committees and leadership structures to help give a wider breadth of programs and to attract and to grow and develop a more diverse community with a larger mix of community members from the Southeast metro area and around the world. We're inviting people to become members in new ways and with new opportunities. We're inviting people from various social and economic classes. We're looking to expand. How do we reach out to people with different ethnic backgrounds? We're asking ourselves, going to be this year, asking ourselves, how do we engage and welcome people with various on the spectrum of gender and sexual orientations? How are we looking at members of our community who are living with mental health issues and other physical issues? And how are we looking to bring them to life and to help them thrive in our new community? We are planting a new garden this year, one that will be seen by the larger community. We're going to be planting in a bigger and bolder way. One of the things that I loved growing up in Southern California, we'd plant sunflower seeds and sunflowers. And I don't know if you've ever seen sunflowers, but lots of people think of sunflowers as these small, like daisy-sized flowers. But sunflowers are huge flowers. Sometimes they get to be 8 to 10 feet tall, and their heads are probably 2 feet wide. And this is the garden that I'm looking forward to and excited to plant this year. A garden that you see over the fence and will be seen throughout Parker and throughout the southeastern metro area. A garden that will be, not only will we be able to celebrate the beauty of, but so will our larger community. It'll be a bigger and bolder garden than we've ever seen before. We are planting a new garden this year. We will not be planting a garden in old soil. We will be planting a garden in newly tilled soil. Soil that is generous and deep and dark and rich with nutrients. Soil that is going to be watered and showered with cool water and warm sunlight. It is soil that will feed us and our local community. It is soil that will stretch outside of our gardens and will give nutrients to all that we encounter. We are planting a new garden this year, a garden that's filled with love and community and energy, all that will be given to us by the planting and the existence of the storm and the frost and the dark winter we feel like we've had so far this year. Spring is here and upon us. We are looking forward to an exciting summer. It may be new and different. It may be not physical in our connections, but it will be exciting and vibrant and everything that is rooted in this community. We will build new energy from this storm that we are weathering today. We will be planting a new garden this year, one that is deeply committed, one that is giving of our time, our talent, and our treasure, one that shares our truth, our love, and our strength. We will look back on this year, we will look forward into this garden, and as we look back on this year, we will watch that it will yield more than we could have ever imagined. Why? Because we believe in this community. And as we plant this new garden this year, we will know that we will be stronger than ever before. We will be a community that's given life to new growth, to new energy, and to new excitement. As I close, when I do with my monthly ministers' reports, if you never read them, check it out. But as I close those, I'll say to you today, I am so very honored to be your minister. I am so very honored and grateful that you have welcomed me into this community. I am so very honored and grateful that I get to be a participant in watching your garden grow. This community has given so much to its larger community, to its members, and to everyone that we engage both individually and as a collective. I thank you for planting and for going forward with me this year as we plant a new garden, because it will yield more incredibly gifted people than we already have. I thank you, I bless you, and together may we say, blessed be.
Inch by inch, row by row, I'm gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below until the rain comes tumbling down. Pulling weeds and picking stones, we are made of dreams and bones. I feel the need to grow my own, 'cause the time is close at hand. I pray for rain, the sun and rain. I find my way in nature's chain. I tune my body and my brain to the music of the land. Inch by inch, row by row, I'm gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below until the rain comes tumbling down. So plant your rows straight and long, and temper them with prayer and song. Mother Earth can keep you strong if you give her love and care. You see that crow watching hungrily from his perch in yonder tree. In my garden I'm as free as that feathered thief up there. Inch by inch, row by row, I'm going rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless the seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below until the rain comes tumbling down. Someone warm them from below until the rain comes tumbling down.
I'm Janet Stevens, chair of the Stewardship Campaign. According to the calendar and the singing birds, it is springtime, although the snow might make you think otherwise. We may be ready to plant seeds in our garden to produce beauty and produce. At Prairie, it's time to submit our pledges. Like seeds, these pledges from our budget enable us to implement the vision we dream of for Prairie. Please join us after Candles of Community in the same space to learn more about our pledge drive. Have your questions answered and to pledge right online. As a bonus, the first 10 of you who pledge online through our new Breeze system will win a $25 gift certificate. Thank you for your ongoing support of Prairie.
Hi, I'm Bill Baird, and I've been invited to explain what Prairie means to me and why I choose to support this community. Now that we're confined to our homes with a coronavirus and a global pandemic, some of us are worried and afraid about what's in front of us. So I was thinking that my ancestors, and probably yours, had three things they could turn to in times of crisis. The first one was family. My granddaughter reminded me with this gift that family is the most important thing right now, and we should hold each other close as family. Secondly, is friends. This is my secret friend, Otto. Not many people know about my relationship with Otto, but it's important that I stay close to my friends. And third, our ancestors depended on community. I want to tell you some things that my PrairieUU community means to me. You are my extended family. Like family, you care for me and forgive me and hug me and laugh and cry with me. And I feel the same toward you. Like friends, you listen to me respectfully and don't judge me by what you think I mean until you check and seek to understand my feelings. That's pretty special in these times. And community. AJ's sermons serve as my spiritual guide map and help me find my way when the rest of the world seems hard to figure out. Sometimes I sit in a group with some of you and discuss heavy topics like racism and sexual aggression. And I discover that there are things I have to admit about myself so I can be a better husband, father, and grandfather. I come to listen to amazing music from Eric, Paul, the band, and the choir. This makes the molecules in my body vibrate with joy, and I smile. I can come sometimes to write down things I want to burn, to stop worrying about, and bad habits I want to abandon. AJ puts this piece of paper in an old bucket, lights it, and makes ashes of my old worries and habits. Andrew and AJ have taught me to meditate by sitting quietly for long enough to reach a place of peace with myself and ignore useless distractions. After 11 years of being a member of this Prairie community, I have come to accept myself. Despite my faults, I think I'm a work in progress and getting better with your help. Here's how and why I choose to support Prairie. First, with my time on the finance committee team, the canvas team, the board, and so forth. Second, with my money in the form of a pledge taken monthly from my checking account. And third, with my heart, the same way we all support our extended family. I believe that money is to Prairie like fertilizer is to a garden. If I want a plant to grow and thrive in my garden, I have to provide the necessary water and fertilizer it needs. And if we want Prairie to continue to provide these things that keep us coming back, us must provide our fair share of financial support. And so today, I bring you a question. How much is Prairie worth to you? Is your annual pledge consistent with this value? Can you show your support for our community by increasing your financial pledge? Act now. Friendly assistants are standing by to help.
Since 1999, Prairie has offered itself as a liberal religious light on the prairie of the southeast Denver metro area. We're a spiritual home that opens its doors in our hearts to all people who thirst for meaning, purpose, community, and authenticity in their lives. And now, as I'm coming to you recorded from the prairie of rural Elizabeth, so much has obviously changed. We may be holding these services remotely and doing so virtually, but we can still ponder what hasn't changed. We're still together fully with each other in community and covenant, and we need each other and our spiritual home now more than ever. Part of being in this community is sharing our resources, time, talent, and treasure. Today, as in past weeks, we ask you to share this covenant in new ways, perhaps taking part in a service in a different environment and by recording on a weekend, perhaps. And today, by asking you to give a little more with your offering. Please give generously on top of your regular pledge or offering to our community fund, managed by Pastor AJ and the Committee on Shared Ministry, to help members of our community who may be in financial crisis. And if you are in need of immediate financial help with items like making a utility payment or medical copay, please ask Pastor AJ or a member of the Committee on Shared Ministry. As you are able to give to this fund, you can do so at prairiuu.org/give or by texting a preferably large dollar amount to 720-730-9388 and follow the prompts. I thank you very much for your offering to our Prairie community and to those who are in urgent need of it. Your offering is generously given and gratefully received.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live.
PrairieUU is a mighty and vibrant congregation. We invite you to find us on Facebook /PrairieUU or @PrairieUU. To learn more about us, come to and find our website, prairiuu.org, or scan the QR code on the screen. And also, you can find the most up-to-date information at www.prairiuu.org/calendar. Today, after service, we invite you to join us for our stewardship kickoff in Google Meet. And there'll be a fun conversation and some prizes awarded. For our weekly gatherings this week, we have just a plethora of exciting, fun things for you to do, enjoy, and interact. Monday through Friday, we have the break room at 10 o'clock a.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays, happy hour at 5. I'm always buying the drinks. Monday, we have Tech Talk at 3 p.m. Come with any technological questions you have, whether it has to do with PrairieUU or not. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have our People of Color Identity Space at 6:30. On Thursdays at 4 o'clock, our Queer Space for LGBTQ plus people. On Wednesday afternoon, Candles of Community at 2 p.m. with myself and the Caring Circle. And especially our wonderful time that we're having with our UU ancestors and Kelly Dignan at noon on Thursdays. This week, we've added our youth Netflix watch party movie night at 6:30. Surprise announcement will come soon as to what movie we're watching. And we invite you to join us next Sunday for our Service Sunday, which is, if you don't know, is always an abbreviated interactive service, which will be held via Google Meet. And it's entitled Activism in These Times. And it'll be hosted by our Justice League. So we hope that you join us through the week with all of these activities. Our service doesn't just, as a community, belong within this hour, but expands through the entire week. As we prepare to leave this space, in the spirit that they take us forward, reminding us that our service does not end here, but continues to live in our hearts, may we go forward with these words from Mark L. Bellatini. Go in peace, live simply, gently, at home in yourselves, act justly, speak justly. Remember the depth of your own compassion. Forget not your power in the days of your powerlessness. Do not desire to be wealthier than your peers, and stint not your hand of charity. Practice forbearance. Speak the truth or speak not. Take care of yourselves as bodies, for you are a gift. Crave peace for all people in the world, beginning with yourselves. And go as you go with the dream of that peace alive in your heart. May we say together, Amen, Amin, Shalom, Salam, Namaste, and blessed be.
As Unitarian Universalists, we work together to build a better world. And in honor of that, let's sing hymn 1017, Building a New Way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way, feeling stronger every day. We are building a new way. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. Hate and greed and jealousy. We are working to be free. We can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. Start with love, that is a seed. We can feed every need. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom, peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom, peace and freedom is our cry. Without these, this world will die. Peace and freedom is our cry. Thank you.
This concludes the public streaming portion of our service, which you are welcome and invited to join us via Google Meet to share in our community tradition of sharing our joys and sorrows through candles of community. We hope you have a blessed day and a wonderful week. Please let us know if there's anything we can do in the future to make your experience more enjoyable here at PrairieUU. Blessed be.